probably Thursday.
They said it's supposed to be not this weekend, next week it's going to be.
The only reason we're gonna do it is because we know the leads.
Yeah, so when we're in
So-
Vegas, it'd be cooler.
Yeah, so we got the cover team. Yeah, the cover came Saturday and the tubes came today, so we'll close it up Thursday.
So we just said.
And then we got, it's called a leaf guard.
Yeah, what it is a screen.
You put it on the aluminum cover. And he said it was great, cause at the end of, when you opened it up, he had all the water out of it. And all he did was the leaves weren't wet anymore because the leaf guard let the water go through. So they weren't heavy.
These were still wet, but there was no water.
Yeah, and so it wasn't
So I
heavy.
could get it out by
He got
myself.
it that way himself. Just cross our fingers on shit. I don't know, I saw the back of this.
Well, it's because that's the information they need.
No, I'm not so sure.
Well, I'm not sure either. Do you need a yay or nay?
So you're me tonight, huh? You're me tonight, huh?
That's 10, 11, 12, 13. It's 8, 15, 14 meeting.
Missing soccer, Missy?
Yeah,
We'll probably go last one.
yeah, and I'm missing my Jay.
Where's Jared last week?
Where'd he go?
Yep.
He's at Great Lakes with the baby.
Oh, okay.
She might cry.
So is he done basic training yet?
He's in it.
Right now, so that means you're not hearing from him right now.
Yeah,
So
That
you have been in
sucks.
this room?
yeah,
I don't think so.
it does.
How much longer you have?
Well, he's on so.
Day 30?
Three.
We'll go there. You have a little while.
Yeah, he's got a while.
So I shouldn't have reminded
To
you.
school with your mother-in-law.
Oh, really?
Great.
Yes. I was seeing last time, maybe you're trying to get you the same thing as summer.
They'll come out the other side better.
Sue, what's that?
I said they'll come out the other side better.
I'm hoping.
No, I think he's
Smarter, you can see it, and then they get home and they're still a slob when they get home.
I mean, before, she talked about.
Please,
You're like,
oh
my God, pick your stuff up, keep your own place clean.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Oh my God, does she?
They're like, oh, yeah, I'm back at home, I can just drop stuff as I walk around. That bag I brought home spew all over the place.
So it's not just
So she.
No, absolutely
I
not.
will.
Emma wrote in a letter saying, well, I have all your jobs now, and I'm watching Molly with Howard.
Great getting one up here. Great getting one.
All right, how's it going?
I didn't either.
Girls, the boy's good. He is, he's done a solo flight, like all by himself, doing aerobatics and crap in the air. I did 2 end-around rolls, and I'm like, oh, did I want to hear that? Thank you for not telling me you were planning on that before you went. You know, I'm thinking, nobody's in the plane with him, for God's sakes, you know? They are stupid.
It's only a couple $1 million.
Yeah, it's just not a big, I was worried about that couple $1,000 car you drove.
Oh,
Now it's like, you know.
Yeah, I'm so excited. But how?
It is pretty exciting. So he's, they're starting this week, or last week, they started formation training. So they're going up to cadets and learning how to fly wing to wing and then switch places.
I know. That's
So
another.
right
thing
now,
I'm
he's
wondering.
got an instructor behind him, and then I'm thinking, I don't think I want to ask him when he does the check ride, how many are up there
No.
close enough to touch each
No.
other. you know?
No, no, when you're down and safe, then you
Yeah,
can let me know.
yeah, that's exactly. Like, tell me when you do that all by yourself, after you know.
Okay, no, I love you, but no.
So, yeah,
No.
he's still loving it, still hotter places down there.
Oh, no.
Yeah. I'm like, did you go to the lake this weekend? I'm so glad I gave him the sea-doos. He's getting so much more use out of him there than we would have here. you know, me and the girls
Yeah.
just would not
Always like
have.
getting
And he's
them
down
stuff
there,
that we
and
did
he's got
in
buddies, one of his other friends bought a
Nice
pontoon,
one, we got
so.
in Vegas.
You know, half the time they go out in the morning and then they're done because it's too hot and they back up. He's in Texas, Del Rio, so way
That's
southwest.
way down.
Well, we might get a bill in,
Yeah, it's South
Hollywood,
Texas.
we might get on one.
Yeah, so he's loving it. Allie is studying, getting ready to start studying for the NCAT. She's for that
Oh
this spring.
my gosh.
So she got a job that when she came home and started complaining after the first day, I'm thinking,
Loses a bunch of money. and
she's being like, this doctor, I think needs
Anybody that's
meds,
an idiot in
or quit taking his meds.
Okay.
So,
He's,
because we're going.
I'm like, the resume needs to go out. So I think last weekend she went up and saw her boyfriend.
And he's like,
Looking for jobs for her to apply to. So she got 2 calls back today, 2 emails back. Fingers crossed she gets it slightly better. I mean, when she first started, there was something, I said, oh, this is Bruce better job.
It should, like, there's so much.
So her other job offer was eye surgeon. And I'm thinking, you know, it's a work the office, but it's okay.
Yeah.
Well, in the meantime, he's lost his credentials at the only hospital he was doing surgery in. So now he's flipping to trying to do all these
6
tests.
days after we're there. So that's why we're.
Hi there.
How you doing?
Yep, it is.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not. She finally said it's the stress of the job. So
You and I sat together.
I'm like, yep, this is not.
Plain Bears or 50th anniversary or something.
No, and she
Plain
has
shoes and the big tent outside. So I'm like, you were mayor. Oh, yeah, that's been quite a while.
Glad you brought it up. Thank you. How are you?
I'm fine, how are you doing?
No, she's, you know, and that's right. So part of what she liked this year was then he was gonna, you know, get machineries. Well, you gotta be great at put on your honestly, your face get yelled at so that you get one prize. Right. And I'm like, that's not what it's.
I know that they're not gonna run part like this, they also have to reinstall.
Yeah. Right. So she goes, after the fact, she goes to a job in a hospital.
Oh, no, yeah, it's not worth it. No, it's really.
That's supposed to be an enhancement so that she can take it after. So, and Sydney's just. My mom, should she be taken to 1 up at 16? So I was like, oh yeah, she can use it. She can use it. She's about ready to. Some days I'm gonna tire her now. He knew dagger, you know. She's. I don't believe there's any matters. Yeah, it's fully
The City of Vandalia Council meeting will now come to order on September the 16th, 2019. And the first thing is a moment of reflection, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag. Would you please stand for the pledge? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Council, you've had an opportunity to review the council study session minutes of September the 3rd and also the council meeting minutes of September the 3rd. Are there any corrections to be made? Seeing none, they'll stand approved. We have no communication petitions or awards this evening, nor do we have any public hearing. And that brings us to comments from interested citizens. So if there's anyone in our audience who would like to make comment, would you please come to the podium, state your name and address for our records, and then your comment. Seeing none, we'll continue with the city manager's report. However, we have no information items nor action items this evening. Was there anything else that you wanted to say?
Not this evening.
Okay, thank you. We have no old business, and that brings us to our first resolution, and that's Resolution 19-R-52. Mr. McDonald, by title.
A resolution authorizing the city manager to contract with Maxim Roofing Company for roof repairs at Fire Station 2 at the price of $82,826.
Thank you. Is there a motion? Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Cruzy.
Okay. Thank you, Your Honor. So due to several leaks on the roof of Fire Station Number 2, an infrared assessment of the roof was recently conducted. The inspection found several large areas of the roof with leaks and water-saturated insulation. The roof continues to leak even during periods of dry weather due to the water that is trapped in the insulation. The leaks are prevalent in the living quarters and the apparatus bay. These leaks have damaged the drop ceiling and carpet in the living quarters. 4 quotes were received to repair or replace the roof. Chief Follick is recommending the repair of the roof at a cost of $82,826, which carries a 10-year warranty. The cost to replace the roof is $215,939 with a 30-year warranty.
Thank you. Is there a motion?
Make
Make a motion that we approve Resolution 19R52.
Second.
It's been moved by Councilman Blakesley, second by Councilman Ehlers, that we do approve Resolution 19-R-52. Are there any comments from council? Would you please call the roll?
Councilmember Ehlers?
Yes.
Councilmember Blakesley?
Yes.
Councilmember Gerhard?
Yes.
Councilmember Lewis?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Herbst?
Yes.
Mayor Setzer?
Yes, and the motion passes 6-0. Resolution 19-R-53. Mr. McDonald.
A resolution accepting the amounts and rates as determined by the Budget Commission and authorizing the necessary tax levies and certifying them to the county auditor.
Thank you. Mr. Cruzy.
Thank you, Your Honor. The Montgomery County Budget Commission has approved the city's tax rate of 4.14 mils. The city's inside millage of 1.84 mils is composed of 1.54 mils for the general fund, with an estimated revenue of $516,753, and 0.3 mils for the police pension fund, with an estimated revenue of $100,666. So inside millage refers to the 10 mil property tax limitation that can be established without voter approval. The city's outside voted millage is 2.3 mils for the general fund, which generates about $771,000.
Thank you. Is there a motion?
Your Honor, I'll move that we adopt Resolution 19R53 as presented.
Second.
It's been moved by Councilman Lewis, second by Councilman Blakesley, that we do approve Resolution 19-R-53 as presented. Are there any comments? Would you please call the roll?
Councilmember Blakesley?
Yes.
Councilmember Gerhard?
Yes.
Councilmember Lewis?
Yes.
Councilmember Ehlers?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Herbst?
Yes.
Mayor Setzer?
Yes, and the motion carries 6-0. We have no ordinances in their first reading, nor do we have any ordinances in their, we do have some ordinances in their second reading. The first one is Ordinance 19-17. Mr. McDonald.
An ordinance authorizing Arlene Setzer, Mayor of the City of Vandalia, to extend the agreement for John Cruzy as city manager.
Thank you. Since this is an ordinance in its second reading, I will open up a public hearing. So if there's anyone in our audience who would like to make comment, would you please come to the podium, state your name and address for our records, and then your comment. Seeing none, I will close the public hearing and ask for a vote.
Your Honor, I move that we approve Ordinance 19-17 in its second reading.
Second.
It's been moved by Vice Mayor Herbst, second by Councilman Blakesley, that we approve Ordinance 19-17 in its second reading. Are there any comments? Would you please call the roll?
Councilmember Gerhard,
Yes.
Councilmember Lewis,
Yes.
Councilmember Ehlers,
Yes.
Councilmember Blakesley,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Herbst,
Yes.
and Mayor Setzer.
No, and the motion carries 5-1. We have an emergency ordinance this evening, and that's emergency ordinance 19-18. Mr. McDonald?
An ordinance approving individual assessment amounts and directing the finance director or her designee to certify the amounts to the county auditor for collection and declaring an emergency.
Thank you. Mr. Cruzy?
Thank you, Your Honor. So this ordinance assesses properties for delinquent accounts related to stormwater fees, trash collection, property cleanup, and weed cutting.
Thank you. Is there a motion? Oh, wait a minute. This is needs a public hearing. So if there's anyone in our audience who would like to make comment on this emergency ordinance, would you please come to the podium, state your name and address, and then your comment. Seeing none, I will close the public hearing and ask for a motion.
I move that we approve ordinance 1918 as an emergency.
Second.
It's been moved by Councilman Lewis, second by Councilman Ehlers, that we do approve emergency ordinance 19-18 in its second reading. Are there any comments? Would you please call the roll?
Councilmember Lewis,
Yes.
Councilmember Ehlers,
Yes.
Councilmember Blakesley,
Yes.
Councilmember Gerhard,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Herbst,
Yes.
Mayor Setzer.
Yes, and the motion passes 6-0. We have emergency ordinance 19-19. Mr. McDonald?
An ordinance to revise appropriations for current expenses and other expenditures of the City of Vandalia, Montgomery County, Ohio, during the calendar year ending December 31, 2019, and amending Ordinance 18-24 and declaring an emergency.
Thank you. Mr. Cruzy?
Thank you, Your Honor. So this ordinance would amend 2019 appropriations as follows. In the general fund, an additional $64,000. So $20,000 for additional fees. This is for a contractual electrical inspector, as well as Montgomery County when the electrical inspector is not available. $9,000 for the annual maintenance costs for the Agile HR applicant tracking and onboarding software. $35,000 for the annual maintenance cost for Tyler Technologies, the finance department's new finance software. In the police professional training fund, an additional $4,100, and that's training cost for an officer to attend basic police officer training academy. In the capital improvement fund, again, when the time comes, I would request that council amend this ordinance in the capital improvement fund for an additional $18,400, and that would be for asbestos removal at 864 Foley. And so I would recommend that capital improvement fund per the ordinance would increase by $110,526. I would recommend an increase to $128,923. Of that, we have $14,200 for emergency repair of rooftop unit number 1, the compressor at the Justice Center. An additional $82,826. That's for roof repairs at fire station number 2. There was $13,500 proposed for the demolition of 864 Foley. With the additional $18,400, that would be $31,900 for both the demolition and the asbestos remediation at 864 Foley.
Thank you. Since this is an emergency ordinance, it calls for a public hearing, and I will open up the public hearing at this time. So that if there's anyone in our audience who would like to make comment, would you please come to our podium, state your name and address for our records, and then your comment. Seeing none, I will close the public hearing and ask for a motion.
Your Honor, I'll move that we approve ordinance 19-19 with the amendment of an additional $18,400 added to the capital appropriation, bringing the total amount to $128,923, with the addition being added for asbestos abatement at 864 Foley Drive.
Second.
It's been moved by Councilman Lewis and second by Vice Mayor Herbst that we do approve emergency ordinance 19-19 as presented by Councilman Lewis. Okay.
I just wanted to clarify that Mr. Lewis was, his motion was to approve it as an emergency, and I think you just did, so
Thank you.
just making sure.
Okay. Are there any comments? Seeing none, would you please call the roll?
Councilmember Ehlers,
Yes.
Councilmember Blakesley?
Yes.
Councilmember Gerhard?
Yes.
Councilmember Lewis?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Herbst?
Yes.
Mayor Setzer?
Yes, and the motion carries 6-0. Reports from boards and commissions. We have a variance request at 970 Industrial Park Drive. Mr. Cruiser.
Thank you, Your Honor. So Horaeus is requesting a variance for a 9,000 square foot addition that would have a 47.79-foot rear yard setback where 50 feet is required. The subject property is zoned industrial, as well as the adjoining properties on all four sides. The BZA reviewed this request at its August 28 meeting. They voted 4-0 to recommend approval.
Thank you. Is there a motion?
I move that we approve the variance for 970 Industrial Park Drive as presented.
Second.
It's been moved by Councilman Naylor, second by Councilman Blakesley, that we do approve the variance setback request at 970 Industrial Park Drive. Are there any questions? Comments? Seeing none, would you please call the roll?
Councilmember Ehlers?
Yes.
Councilmember Blakesley?
Yes.
Councilmember Gerhard?
Yes.
Councilmember Lewis?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Herbst?
Yes.
Mayor Setzer?
Yes, and the motion carries 6-0. We have an additional request for a variance, and this would be for a shed at 373 Allenhurst Avenue. Mr. Cruzy.
Thank you, Your Honor. So the applicants are requesting a variance to allow a 200 square foot shed that would exceed the lot coverage and accessory structure square footage requirements. The proposed shed and existing pool would total 5.7% of the lot area, where 3.5% lot coverage is the maximum permitted. Also, the proposed shed and existing pool will total 712 square feet, where 600 square feet is the maximum permitted. The proposed 10 by 20 shed would replace a 10 by 8 shed that was recently torn down due to its condition. The purpose of the proposed shed is to store the pool's new solar cover during the winter months. The BZA reviewed this request at its August 28 meeting. They voted 4-0 to recommend approval, provided that the 200 square foot accessory structure shall be used as an accessory building only.
Thank you. Is there a motion?
Your Honor, I move that we approve the variance at 373 Allenhurst Avenue to provide for the addition of a 200-foot shed, but that the variance applies only to the shed lot coverage and not the lot itself.
Second.
It's been moved by Councilman Lewis, second by Vice Mayor Herbst, that we do approve the variance request at 373 Allenhurst Avenue. Are there any questions or comments? Would you please call the roll?
Councilmember Blakesley?
Yes.
Councilmember Gerhard?
Yes.
Councilmember Lewis?
Yes.
Councilmember Ehlers?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Herbst?
Yes.
Mayor Setzer?
Yes, and the motion carries 6-0. You have the Board of Zoning Appeals minutes of August the 28th, the Civil Service draft minutes of August the 8th, Vandalia Cultural Arts draft minutes of August the 20th, and the Vandalia Public Park in Vandalia, August the 20th. Are there any comments about those? Seeing none, we'll go to council comments, starting with Mr. McDonald. Mr. Cruzy.
Nothing this evening, Your Honor.
Councilman Ehlers.
Nothing, thank you.
Councilman Gerhard.
No comment tonight.
Councilman Blakesley.
Nothing, thank you.
Councilman Lewis.
Only one, that we approved the collection by the county of our millage, and to remind our citizens that we haven't had a tax increase in millage since, I believe, 1983. So the 4.14 mills that we approved today, we've been able to stay on budget with our income tax and other sources of revenue and not raise the property taxes for our community. And I feel quite proud of that. The second, I would like to excuse Councilwoman Forrest's presence tonight.
Is there a second?
Second.
It's been moved by Councilman Lewis, second by Councilman Blakesley, that we approve the absence of Councilwoman Farce for all committee meetings this evening. Would you call the roll, please?
Councilmember Lewis?
Yes.
Councilmember Ehlers?
Yes.
Councilmember Blakesley?
Yes.
Councilmember Gerhard?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Herbst?
Yes.
Mayor Setzer?
Yes, and the motion passes 6-0. Vice Mayor Herbst, any comments?
Nothing tonight, Your Honor.
And I have no comments, so our meeting is adjourned.